Greetings, fellow gamers, and welcome back to another episode of Natural One, where we roll the dice and dive deep into character builds that are sure to shake up your next campaign faster than a piranha plant popping out of a warp pipe. Today, we're delving into the fantastical world of Mario, but we're not going to focus on that red cap plumber this time, oh no. Instead, we're putting the spotlight on the one, the only, the fire-breathing, castle-conquering King Koopa himself, Bowser. So grab your power-ups, tighten your overalls, and get ready to stomp some Goombas as we unveil the ultimate Bowser build that'll leave your DM green with envy and your party shouting Mamma Mia. Let's go.
I finally found it, and now no one can stop me!
In true kingly fashion, Bowser's stats pack a punch fit for a ruler of his stature. With a mighty 15 in constitution, he boasts the endurance to weather any battle, while a solid 14 in strength ensure his attacks hit with the force of a charging Koopa. His charismatic presence earns him a respectable 13 in charisma, perfect for intimidating foes and rallying allies to his cause. However, his intelligence takes a hit at 12, reflecting his more brute force approach to problem solving. Dexterity sits at a modest 10, reminding us that even the most imposing tyrant has his limitations, and a less than stellar 8 in wisdom highlights his tendency to charge headlong into danger without much foresight.
These are not disguises. I am Bowser Koopa, King Koopa to you, and these little darlings are my Koopa kids.
For his race, we're giving him some turtle power. Bowser's reptilian heritage shines through with his turtle lineage, granting him a hefty +2 to strength and a solid +1 to constitution, perfect for weathering even the fiercest blows from those pesky plumbers. With his claws at the ready, he's always prepared to slash his way through any adversary, dealing a whopping 1d6 plus strength modifier slashing damage with each strike. And let's not forget his natural armor, a sturdy shell providing a base AC of 17, making him nigh invulnerable to all but the most devastating attacks. And for his background, he's noble by birth and noble by nature. Well, at least when it suits him. Bowser's royal upbringing grants him proficiency in history and persuasion, allowing him to spin tales of conquest and domination with the finesse of a seasoned bard. And with his gaming set of choice being dice, because, let's face it, who doesn't love a good game of Mario Party? He's always ready to roll the dice and take his chances, whether on the battlefield or at the gaming table.
I'd like to save you, Koopalings, but I just remembered something. I have an important tail styling appointment in another warp zone. Bye!
Bowser dives headfirst into the magical realm as a sorcerer. Embracing his inner dragon, he unlocks powers as ancient as the Mushroom Kingdom itself, because nothing says intimidating villain like a bit of draconic flair. And as if his presence wasn't imposing enough, Bowser decided to brush up on his persuasion and intimidation skills, just in case he needs to talk his way out of a Koopa trade dispute. But let's not forget the real magic, hurling firebolts from his mouth like they're Koopa shells and creating thunderclaps from ground pounds that would flatten any Italian plumber. Hold on to your shells, folks, because Bowser's just getting started. At level 2, he taps into his primal instincts, delving deep into the ways of the barbarian. With a roar that could wake the Wiggler from its nap, Bowser enters his first rage, channeling raw fury into every swing of his mighty claws. And you better believe those claws are sharp. It's like having a bomb for a handshake. So get ready to witness Bowser's wrath firsthand as he charges headlong into the fray, leaving a trail of Goomba pancakes in his wake. As Bowser reaches level 3, his barbarian prowess grows, granting him a keen danger sense. With senses as sharp as a chain chomp's teeth, he can sniff out danger from miles away, perfect for dodging those pesky Mario Bros traps. And speaking of danger, Bowser's reckless attack turns up the heat in battle, allowing him to swing his claws with wild abandon, much to the dismay of any would-be heroes foolish enough to stand in his way. At level 4, Bowser's barbarian journey takes a wild turn with the form of the beast. In mighty roar, he transforms, unleashing the primal power within him. Whether he's sprouting razor-sharp claws or growing a spiky tail, one thing's for sure, his enemies are in for a world of hurt. With primal knowledge in his arsenal, Bowser's athletic prowess reaches new heights, making him a force to be reckoned with on the battlefield. Level 5, where things really start to heat up. Bowser's barbarian journey hits his stride as he gains an ASI, bumping up his strength score and making his attacks even more devastating, like adding fuel to the fire. Not that Bowser needs any help in that department. In the heat of battle, Bowser's barbarian blood boils with newfound powers as he reaches level 6 total, level 5 in the Savage Path. With an extra attack under his shell, he's doubling down on destruction, swinging his claws with the ferocity of a chain chomp on a leash. And with his fast movement, he's as nimble as a nimble giant turtle, I guess, darting around the battlefield with a speed that would make even Sonic the Hedgehog do a double take. Well, probably not, but it's at least enough for them to get the race during the 2020 Olympic Games. But wait, there's magic in the air. At level 7, Bowser dips his toe back into the swirling pool of sorcery as a level 2 sorcerer. With fonts of magic bubbling up inside him like lava in a volcano, Bowser gains access to sorcery points, magical currency of the Mushroom Kingdom. And with the power to sling spells like Catapult, he's turning regular bullets into slightly more powerful bullet bills. As Bowser levels up to level 8, his sorcerer's talents continue to grow, unlocking the mystical secrets of meta magic. With a powered spell at his disposal, he's bending the very fabric of reality to his will, rerolling damage dice like they're Goombas in his path. And with Quicken Spell, he's casting spells faster than Chris Pratt can say, "It's a me, Mario." Level 9 brings a hearty feat to Bowser's repertoire. Durable, because let's face it, he's as tough as the shells he throws. With his constitution getting a boost, Bowser becomes even more resilient, regaining hit points on a short rest quick enough for Mario to realize Peach might just be in another castle. And with spells like Control Flames, he's manipulating fire with the finesse of a seasoned pyromancer, because nothing says Jack Black like a little dramatic flair. As Bowser hits level 10, his sorcery powers reach their zenith. Fireball in the arsenal, he's raining down fiery destruction like a meteor shower over the Mushroom Kingdom. Bowser levels up to level 11, and he's sure to take down the Mario Brothers now. With Elemental Affinity, he's harnessing the power of his draconic ancestry, adding his charisma modifier to his fire spells, and shrugging off flames like they're nothing but a warm summer breeze.
Don't be ridiculous, Kooky. We'll choose the scientific way. Eeny, meeny, miny, mo. I Coop. You, Mario.
At level 12, back to Barbarian, where Bowser's might surges forth like a raging inferno as he attains the 6th level in his primal path. With his bestial soul coursing through his veins, he's reaching higher heights than ever and ground pounding with even more ferocity. And with the primal knowledge of survival, he's striking down his enemies with the tenacity of a Koopa Troopa on a mission. As Bowser reaches level 13, his barbaric instincts sharpen to a razor's edge, with the Feral Instinct feature. With advantage on initiative rolls, he's leaping into action faster than I end up spinning out in Mario Kart. I seriously cannot get that timing down. And with the ability to pounce on his foes like they were Koopa shells, he's charging into battle with all the ferocity of a charging chain chomp. At level 14, he reaches Barbarian level 8, and this is where Bowser beeps up his brawn even more with an ability score increase. With an extra point in Constitution, he's as tough as dry bones in a bone-chilling blizzard, and a little bump in Charisma. Well, let's just say his enemies will be shaking in their shell-tipped boots when they see him coming. Now at level 15, Barbarian level 9, Bowser's crits hit harder than a Thwomp's morning coffee. With Brutal Critical, he's rolling extra damage on crits, turning his melee attacks into a symphony of pain and suffering for his foes. It's like turning up the volume on his victory roar. Level 16 brings Infectious Fury at Barbarian level 10. It's like giving Bowser a whole new bag of tricks to play with. When he's in a rage and his claws find their mark, his enemies better watch out. They might end up attacking their friends or taking a psychic hit that'll make them wish they were back in their Goomba days. Level 17 brings Barbarian level 11, and Bowser's rage gets even more relentless. Dropping to 0 hit points while raging, no problem. He can shake it off with a Constitution saving throw and come back swinging with just 1 HP left. It's like he's got a Koopa clown car full of hit points hidden somewhere. Level 18 brings Grappler at Barbarian level 12, and this turns Bowser into the ultimate wrestling champion of the Mushroom Kingdom. With his feet, he can grab onto his enemies like a chain chomp on a mission, pinning them down and showing them who's boss. It's like a Super Smash Bros. Match, only Bowser's the one that's doing all the smashing. And now at level 19, Bowser's showing off his softer side as he dips his toes in the world of bard magic. With bardic inspiration, he's like a motivational speaker with scales, lifting his ally spirits with a well-timed word or a soulful melody. Or, more likely, he's yelling at them until they get their job done. Either way works, really. Plus, with a trusty piano at his side, he's ready to serenade his way into a certain princess's heart with the vocal prowess of Jack Black himself. The last level, level 20, brings Bard level 2, and Bowser becomes the ultimate jack of all trades. With his half proficiency bonus, he's like a Swiss Army knife of skills, ready to tackle any challenge that comes his way. And with his soothing song of rest, he's a perfect pick-me-up after a long day of getting stomped on by the small Italian man. Plus, his magical inspiration adds a touch of magic to his already legendary presence, inspiring awe and fear in equal measure.
You yield. I do not.
Now, Bowser isn't your average garden variety villain. No, he's got a few tricks up his show that even Mario would envy. So, without further ado, let's dive into the pros of this fire-breathing, castle-stomping behemoth. He's a jack of all trades. Whether he's bashing blocks with his bare fist or casting spells with a flick of his wand, or more likely his maul in this case, Bowser's versatility knows no bounds. With proficiency in both melee combat and spellcasting, he's a one Koopa army, capable of handling any situation that comes his way. Plus, with a whopping 8 skill proficiencies, he's the ultimate Renaissance Koopa, mastering everything from intimidation to acrobatics. He's also an escape artist. When the going gets tough, Bowser gets going. Literally. With spells like Haste, Expedition Retreat, and Long Strider in his repertoire, he's always one step ahead of his foes, darting in and out of combat like a green-shelled blur. And when he needs to take a breather, Song of Rest ensures he and his allies can recover swiftly, ready to face whatever challenge lies ahead. He's a tank. With a shell tougher than a Thwomp's forehead and more hit points than a stack of super mushrooms, Bowser's built to last. His rage mode turns him into an unstoppable force of nature, shrugging off blows that would send lesser creatures scurrying for cover. And if that's not enough, A well-timed haste or tail attack can boost his defenses to astronomical levels, turning him to an impregnable fortress of fury. He's also a good dad. Behind that spiky exterior beats the heart of a doting dad. Sure, he may have a reputation for kidnapping princesses and causing chaos, but when it comes down to it, Bowser's just trying to raise his Koopa kids right. He'll stop at nothing to ensure they grow up strong, independent, and ready to inherit the throne, whether the Mushroom Kingdom likes it or not. With Bowser on your side, you'll be smashing blocks and taking names in no time. But hey, every Koopa King has its quirks, so let's take a peek at the cons too. He's got some concentration issues. Juggling spells and rage is like trying to balance on a ball and chain. It's not easy. While Bowser's arsenal of concentration spells can buff him up like a superstar, he'll need to choose between channeling his inner rage and weaving his magical mojo. It's a tough call that can leave him vulnerable if he's not careful, forcing him to play the waiting game while his enemies close in. His spellcasting leaves stuff to be desired. While Bowser's no slouch in the magic department, his spell save DC might be lower than a Monty Mole's underground hideout. Also, by relying heavily on fire spells, he's like a one-trick magic Koopa, leaving him vulnerable against foes with a high resistance to heat. It's a limitation that can leave him feeling a bit toasted if he's not careful, forcing him to be creative with his spell selection to stay one step ahead. And last but not least, despite all his power, bravado, and undeniable charm, at least to some, Bowser remains perpetually single. Bowser's romantic endeavors always seem to end in heartbreak. Perhaps it's because he's too busy kidnapping princesses, or plotting world domination to focus on the matters of the heart. Or maybe it's because his one true love, Princess Peach, has her heart set on a 5'1", mustached Italian plumber with a Chris Pratt voice that steals the spotlight every time, leaving Bowser to ponder where he went wrong in his quest for companionship. So, while he may rule over his Koopa Kingdom with an iron fist, in matters of the heart, Bowser's still searching for his player too. And that wraps up our journey through the Mushroom Kingdom, folks. From fiery showdowns to castle sieges, we built Bowser into the ultimate powerhouse. If you want to harness the raw strength of this Koopa King and many more iconic characters, warp on over to our Patreon for exclusive access to all our character builds and more for absolutely free. Before we go on to your next level, remember to smash that like button, stomp on subscribe, and ground pound that notification bell to stay updated on all things Natural 1. Till next time, keep those dice rolling, and we'll catch you on the flip side.
Peaches, 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 peaches. Ah!